Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk about, as you can see from the title, how I lost 10 pounds ready for my wedding. Last year in 2016 I put on, a little bit of weight, probably 10 to 15 pounds in weight, so that's nearly a stone, or in terms of kilos, that's I think about 6 or 7 kilos. Too much weight. That's because I just became a little bit lazy. I was being not as active as I should have been. I was eating all the wrong foods at the wrong times. I was eating way too much takeaway. I was not working hard enough at the gym. I was going to the gym but just not working hard enough. I just lost my momentum. I lost my focus with my diet and my food and my lifestyle, and I just became a little bit unmotivated, and it affected lots of parts of my life. I lost my confidence a little bit with YouTube. I didn't film very often. I also at work I didn't feel as confident in meetings. It was just, my weight just affects my life and my mood in so many ways, more than I can explain to you, especially with fashion. I love clothes, and the weight just had crept on so slowly that I kind of didn't notice. And then now and again I'd put on a pair of jeans or a top and it'd feel a bit tight, and I was thinking to myself like, oh, what's going on, or have I shrunk these jeans? I was not kind of accepting the fact that I'd put on the weight. So I got engaged last year in August in Croatia, and when it got to kind of December time and I'd had a pig out during Christmas and I felt the worst I'd felt, I said to myself, I've got 6 months to get myself into shape, because on January the 1st I said to myself, right, I am going to get my body and mind, but mainly body, on point and feel good on my wedding day, and not feel how I feel right now, because I did not feel good. So I started looking into different diets, thinking what would be, where do I start? Like, what do I want to do, and how am I going to get there? Because with the gym, I do have a personal trainer. I did know what I needed to do at the gym. I'm pretty in kind of, I know what workouts work for me. I know how, I can work hard at the gym. I know what to do at the gym. That's not the problem. So it was all about the food. So I looked into a diet called the Keto diet, and some of you have heard me mention this in my last couple of videos and have asked me to talk about this. So the Keto diet, and before I start talking about this, I'm going to tell you guys, I am not obviously a health professional. I'm a marketing manager in an advertising company. I am not a personal trainer. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a health expert. I am none of these things. I am just telling you what I did to lose the weight. And if you don't agree with me, you don't have to watch this. This is for the people who have asked me about it, and for people who are interested in what I did to lose the weight. So I read about the keto diet, and the keto diet is based on a low carb, low sugar, well, very no sugar pretty much, and high fat, high protein diet. And just to translate that into just actual foods, I cut out carbs such as rice, potatoes, bread and pasta, and obviously sugary foods such as biscuits and chocolate and any kind of junk food, anything like, even things like baked beans were very high in sugar. Also, there's no fruit allowed. And so I cut all that out, and I bought in lots more chicken, a little bit of lamb, a lot of fish, butter, cream, and those kind of food groups now, and lots of green vegetables, lots of broccoli, lots of asparagus, cauliflower, but not too often because it's a tiny bit carby. So I started just switching up my food. On January the 1st, I just made a commitment. I went into my kitchen and I threw away everything. Well, I didn't throw it away because I can't waste food like that, but I boxed up everything that didn't meet the rules of keto. I boxed it up and I gave it to my parents, and I was like, here you go, here's lots of food that I'm not going to be eating, so go ahead and knock yourselves out. So I cleared my fridges of any temptation. Now the issue was, I still obviously go to work, and at my work we do get lunches provided, and we get like snacks and drinks and all that. Alcohol wasn't a problem because I don't drink very much anyway, and neither was sugary drinks like fizzy Coke or anything like that, because I don't drink that. I mainly drink I mainly did drink more like sort of diluted, like Ribenas and Vimto and juices, but they're just too high in sugar, so they were completely gone as well. So really it boiled down to just water, something I never drank enough of. So basically I said to myself, right, I'm just going to start drinking as much water in a day as possible. And I just did little things, at the start of my day I would fill up a big glass of water, whether I'm at home or I'm at work at my office, at my desk. I would fill it up. Just to go back, because I want to make sure I explain everything to you. What I did was, once on January the 1st, I threw everything away out of my cupboards. It was all gone. So when I looked at my cupboards, there was barely anything there. There was just a load of meat, some vegetables, very kind of simple stuff, and it means and lots of spices and flavors and herbs and all that kind of stuff. So it meant you have to be so much more organized, because you need to cook everything from scratch. There's no kind of taking a pack out, opening a can or anything like that, because you just don't know what's in it, and a lot of that stuff had too much sugar, or just not the right kind of food in it, food groups. So I would start my day, and this is ultimately the biggest difference to why I lost the weight. This is what I believe. Basically, I started on January the 1st, and my weight was 144.4 pounds, and that translates to about 10 stone 6 pounds, or in kilos it's about 65 kilos. Now, being 5'3", you can imagine I wasn't obese by any means. I was about a UK size 12. I was just a bit plump, which I did not like at all. So I made up a chart, put it in my bathroom. I got some scales, I put them in there. I weighed myself on the first day of starting this plan. And here you can see the chart. So my weight's on there, and also Ashley's weight's on there, but obviously I'm trying to show you guys mine. So on 2nd of January, my weight was 144.4. If I showed you this close up, it went down to 143, 141, as it goes on, 138. I wrote my weight down every single day. Every single day nearly. The odd time I didn't, if I was away or it was a weekend and I just was like, I'm dreading it because I ate something a little bit naughty last night, and that was when I'd lose my confidence a little bit, but generally most of this is filled out. When it got to the last day on this chart was the 8th of May, around 2 weeks before my wedding, or 3 weeks before my wedding, and I'd written down a goal weight of 132. That was my goal weight, and I was like, that is the way I want to be when I get married and when I wear my wedding dress. And I was using this every day, and this was so motivating for me. I know not everyone likes to weigh themselves every day. When a few of my colleagues at work were like, you weigh yourself every day, they found that a little bit strange. But I found this a massive motivator. In the morning, if my weight was tiny bit up, tiny bit down, I would think, what did I eat? How did I train? What was it that I did or didn't do to make my weight be not as good as I wanted it to be, or just on point with where I wanted to be? I wanted to lose the weight nice and slowly and in the right way. I didn't want to do crash dieting. I didn't want to do any crazy fad diets. I wanted to do something that was sustainable, that I could keep up in the long term. And this wasn't something I was planning on doing just for 6 months. It was something I wanted to do in a longer term. It was a lifestyle change, not just a crazy fad diet. So, come on, everyone has those little cheat moments where you just, like, my favorite food is mashed potato, obviously super carby, and it's something I really miss. Now, if I wanted to eat carbs because I was training so hard and sometimes I needed them, I would eat them generally at lunchtime, and normally kind of on a weekend. So Monday to Friday, I'd be on point by about 90% on point. And then when the weekend came on a Saturday, I would probably kind of think about what I wanted to eat on a Saturday lunchtime, and maybe it'd be a bowl of mashed potatoes, cheesy mashed potato, or some chips, or something a little bit naughty. But this chart actually kept me massively on point. So this is definitely a tip that, if you guys want to monitor and try and lose some weight, this is a great way to kind of try that. Now, one of the next massive changes I made to losing weight, something I didn't do before, was I didn't eat breakfast consistently. And from everything I read, and with keto and everything, starting the day with a high protein breakfast is key. If you start with a sugary breakfast like a croissant or some cereal, it's not the right way. It's not the right footing to start your day. Now, what I would start my day with is with this, some protein shake. Now, I don't know if you guys are a fan of protein shake or not, but this one, Diet Whey. Now, this is not my favorite flavor. This is the raspberry and white chocolate. But guys, if you're gonna buy this, buy the salted caramel. Trust me, it tastes like a McDonald's milkshake. What I would do, I put a scoop of this in my NutriBullet or in my protein shaker or whatever, and fill it up with water. And sometimes I put a tiny bit of cream in it, just for that extra creaminess, especially in the winter time when it's a bit colder. And then I would blitz it in the microwave for about 30 to 45 seconds, and it was a hot shake for breakfast. I never ever thought, oh, I don't want that. Every morning I look forward to my shake. I still have it every day. This is nearly finished, it's about there. And this lasts me about 2 months, every single day in the morning for breakfast. And I try to have it before 8 a.m. Before I leave for the office, I try to have this. And you can have it cold. And in the winter I was having it hot, and in the summer I've been even having it cold. I used to hate protein shake. Then I discovered this protein shake, and I was like, actually, this is absolutely delicious. So I would start my day with a full glass of protein shake, and I've got to say that kind of helps sustain me for the day, because what I was doing last year was I wouldn't have breakfast, and then I'd be hungry and I'd be picking at this, picking at that, and thinking, what can I eat? And also at lunchtime I would not necessarily make the best choices from what was available at work. So but whereas I was having this protein shake at lunchtime, I wasn't so starving. You know how it is, when we get really hungry, that's when we make those bad choices. So for me, it was always constantly making sure that I was full and satisfied with food, so I never was tempted to pick at anything like crisps or chocolate or biscuits or anything like that. So I would have this for breakfast, then I would kind of have water and mint tea, peppermint tea. Peppermint tea is amazing, I love it. I mean, I'm sure loads of you drink it already, but peppermint tea is one of my favourite things. Because I've suffered from IBS so badly, I started drinking it back then, but I just love it. So I drink that maybe 2 cups during the day. And now if I'm really hungry on a morning, I would have a boiled egg. So I would about between 10 and 11 I would have a boiled egg. And then that would kind of tick me over till lunchtime, and I'd have lunch around 12:30. And again, this would be like chicken or fish or some sort of meat and veg or salad. So it was always sticking to that keto kind of way of life. And then in the evening I would have the same again, and try not to kind of snack any time in between. And in the evening it would be more kind of some sort of spicy tandoori chicken with steamed broccoli or some sort of salad. So it was never not tasty, if you know what I mean. It was always flavoured, it was always really, really nice to eat. I never felt like I was missing out. So it's not really felt like a diet. Now, back kind of last year, I probably would have had potatoes with it, rice with it, some sort of carb with it, but I was just leaving the carb out and just putting extra salad, a bit of extra meat, or, you know, and because you can have butter, I would put butter on the chicken, really flavour it. It was just not a big deal. Now, another major thing is the meat that you're eating, make sure it's good quality, because you're going to be eating a lot of meat and fish. Now, I get all the meat from the butchers. We go to a British butcher who gets all the meat, like it's all grass-fed, free range, top quality meat. Yes, it's more expensive, more than your kind of everyday stuff you can get from the supermarket, but I would rather pay a little bit more knowing I'm eating good quality meat, especially when this was a part of this diet, which was so important to me to lose this weight. And I was just wanting to put all like the healthy nutrients into my body all the time. So if I could buy organic or free range, that would always be my option, even if it was more expensive. Where I wasn't necessarily, you know, where I don't spend money on alcohol, I don't smoke, and I wasn't wasting money on other things, I would put that money towards eating and buying healthy meat. Something else I did throughout the kind of the first sort of 6 months, and I carry on doing, is drinking apple cider vinegar. I would put a little bit of this apple cider vinegar into a cup of water every single day, and if I had forgotten to do it during the day, I would literally just put a little bit in a cup of water in the evening before bed and just down it. This is known to help with weight loss, and I have no idea if it did or it didn't, but to be honest, I got so into drinking, I even kind of started liking it. I'd sometimes, you know, I'd be like, oh, and then actually the more I drank it, the more my body's gotten used to it, and I think this has definitely helped as well in, you know, with the weight loss. Now, obviously, one of the things when you're doing this kind of keto diet that you miss is, you know, sugary, sweet food. But as we all know, generally, if you stop eating it for a while, you kind of wean yourself off it and you don't have as many cravings. But of course, now and again, you do have the cravings. So what I would do is I would have a little square of dark chocolate, or I would do, I know this sounds kind of bizarre, but I would get some cream, some double cream, put it into a little bowl and just sit and eat it with a spoon, because as part of keto, you can have that. So, and it's sweet, obviously. So I would just have have that. With the way I did keto, I didn't cut out dairy because one of the things that I eat a lot is cheese. Now, some people think cutting out dairy helps more. Some people, you know, everyone, there's different schools of thinking. I would have found it very difficult if I'd cut out dairy, because dairy is, you know, cheese, I guess, yogurt, cream. They're some of my favorite foods, and foods that I would find hard to cut out. You know, obviously the less and less you can eat, it's kind of less sustainable, just because, you know, you're going to end up cheating all the time, and then there's no point in doing the diet. So for me, it was trying to find something that was a kind of a compromise, but doable and realistic, and, you know, it could work with your body and your lifestyle. So that was the kind of food side of things, and it completely transformed me. Once I started having the protein shake, having hardly any carbs, and the carbs I was getting mainly was from vegetables. I wasn't eating any fruit. I would, like I said, the carbs would only come in maybe on a lunchtime on a Saturday or maybe a Sunday, if I really fancied some. My weight was dropping off. Like every week I was losing 2 or 3 pounds, and I was like, this is amazing. It's all going how I want. But then I was also working out at the gym. I'm sorry guys, this is not a video to give you some sort of quick, you know, fix of easy way to lose weight, overnight weight loss. That's not this video. This video is about doing it properly, sustaining it, doing it in a healthy, you know, in a way that it will stay off. Because my school of thinking is the slower it takes you to lose the weight, the slower it will take to come back on your body. I feel like sometimes people lose weight really quickly. In a week they've lost 10 pounds by doing some sort of crazy starvation diet. You're probably going to put on 10 pounds the minute you eat a meal. I don't think, for me, that's not the way to do it. For me, it's about eating healthy, eating on point, but also gym. I am a massive gym bunny. I love it. I'm almost addicted to the gym, and there's no hiding from it. If you want to lose weight and you want to be healthy, you need to get your booty down to the gym. And I was down at that gym, I'd say 4 to 5 times a week. I would go after work. My routine was normally doing 2 cardio sessions a week and 2 weight sessions. One would be upper body, one would be legs, and then 2 cardio sessions would involve maybe the cardio treadmill or the cross trainer or the hill stepper thing. It would be anything, just whatever I could keep me, you know, whatever I wanted to do, but do something. Just do something rather than sitting at home. And, you know, make it fun. If there's a TV show that you're loving on Netflix, or, you know, you can download something off BBC iPlayer, whatever that might be, just go into the gym with your phone, your iPad, whatever, and just get going with that cardio. Put your headphones on and 1 hour will fly by. And that is exactly what I did. I would watch something, I would listen to motivating music, I would watch YouTube videos, I would do anything to keep me motivated doing my cardio, and I did it. I just went there and I just was hardcore, intensely just working out, sweating it out, and I just got so into it. And especially when the weight is coming down and you're tracking your progress, you know, there's no better feeling. And ultimately I hit 132 pounds 2 weeks before my wedding, which, you know, obviously I was super excited about. And since then I've lost a further 3 to 4 pounds. I'd say I'm around 129 pounds at the moment, so another sort of 3 pounds. Yes, my weight loss has slowed down a little bit since my wedding, and I have started eating a little bit more carbs. My favourite carb is potatoes, so if I'm going to choose a carb, it's generally potatoes, any type of potato, because I love potato. And I brought carbs back into it because, to be honest, I've got to the point where I'm happy with my weight. I'm never ever going to be one of the girls that's, you know, super thin or super skinny. I'm just not built that way, and that, I think I'm okay with that. Like, as long as I'm toned, I'm fit, I'm healthy, and I feel good and I feel confident, that's what it's about for me. I want to just feel great. I want to look in the mirror and I want to think, yeah, I feel good. I want to be able to, you know, put on a nice outfit and go on holiday and wear a nice swimsuit and just feel confident in myself. And where I've kind of reached my goal weight, I'm now just on the sustaining. Yes, I could always lose a few more pounds here and there, but also I want to enjoy it. Sometimes when I am at work, I'll get invited out for lunches and dinners, and sometimes there's an opportunity to go to a nice restaurant and have a lovely meal. And you know what? I'm gonna have that lovely meal, even if it involves carbs. I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't eat carbs. I don't want to be that person. I want to, you know, I want to enjoy it, and that's what I will do. For those first sort of that 6 months leading up to the wedding, I was super disciplined, super strict, just to get to my goal weight. And sometimes you just have to say no to things, no to nights out, no to restaurants, and be harsh and be tough on yourself, but at the same time, you know, you've got to keep your goal in mind. And that's what I did. I kept my goal in mind, and I was just like, I'm going to do this because I want to look good on my wedding day. I want to look at my photos and think that is the best body I could have been in on that day. I didn't want to regret it. My wedding's not going to happen again. I wanted to feel like that is the girl that I wanted to be on my wedding day, not look back and think, why do I look chubby, or my face looks, and that's the thing, when I put on weight, my face would really feel it. I would feel a lot more kind of chubbier in the face, and my cheekbones wouldn't really show, and you know, I didn't carry my weight well on my face, but also I do have the slightly thicker thighs, and they were getting even thicker, and I was like, this is not great. So overall, I've gone down from 144 pounds to about 129 pounds, so a weight loss of like 15 pounds or a stone, and I weigh around 58 to 59 kilos now. So I just feel like I did it in a way that is sustainable, because actually I can eat a low carb diet, a low sugar diet, and a high protein, high fat diet. That is something I could actually continue through life. It's not something that I just did for 6 months and now I'm going to go back to the old way. I do have the odd takeaway. I am not perfect. I don't think when it comes to weight loss and diet and eating healthy, it's difficult. It's not easy, and I'm not even going to lie to you, it's not easy. Sometimes I wanted to eat like a big bag of chocolate and crisps and drink a fizzy drink, and I was, you know, sometimes I would be like, oh, this is difficult. But obviously I had such an amazing goal that motivated me throughout, and that's what you guys need to do. Choose, if you are looking to lose weight, find something to motivate you, whether it's a holiday or a night out with the girls or whatever that is. Just get on it, and you can do it too. If I can do it, you definitely can do it, because I am no, like, you know, I'm a massive foodie. Like, I cook all the time, I love food, I love to eat, I am always in the kitchen cooking away. So it was difficult, I'm really not gonna lie, but you know, these little things that I did and these little tips and tricks, you can do exactly the same thing. And one of the things is clearing your kitchen. I mean, it's a lot easier when you don't live with your family, because if you live with other people, then obviously they have things in your house as well, so that can make it more difficult. But where it's my kitchen, and Ash was also on board with this kind of weight loss and keto diet, we were both happy to do it together, and it motivated each other. We went to the gym together, we cooked together, we shared tips with each other of foods that we found that were, you know, tasty and were on keto. Yeah, and that's it, and that's where I've got to where I wanted to be, and now it's about sustaining it and trying not to go back to any old ways, old habits, and maintaining this. I try to maintain the keto way of kind of eating sort of Monday to Friday if I can, and at the weekend I'm a lot more relaxed. I'll eat, you know, whatever I fancy, and try not to be too strict on myself, because, you know, I have got to where I want to be, and I do want to just, you know, enjoy my weekends a little bit, because Monday to Friday is quite stressful with work and everything, and I just want to let my hair down a little bit at the weekends. But that's pretty much my keto kind of weight loss, and how I got to my wedding and lost the a little bit more than 10 pounds, 12 pounds. Yeah, about, I'd say by my wedding day I'd lost about 12, 13 pounds, and since then obviously I've lost like 15, 16 pounds. So I feel super excited to share that with you. I really hope I can help some of you out there. Like, I know weight loss is so difficult, and you know, I was never huge, being a UK sort of size 12 last year. It's not, you know, it's not big by any means, but sometimes that's the hardest when you're just trying to lose those last few pounds. That's the hardest. Whereas, you know, and that's what I felt like. It wasn't like people would look at me and be like, oh, you seem fine to me, but I wasn't fine to me. And that was what, you know, what's important is about what you feel in here, and your confidence. So now, if I've missed anything out, please do comment below and I'll get back to you. Like I said, I am not any kind of health professional. These are just the things I did, and you guys could try them. You never know, if they help me, they might be able to help you. So good luck, and just do it. Really, just do it. I really encourage you to do it. And you know, if you want to share any pictures with me on Instagram or tag me in anything on Twitter, please feel free to. I'd love to share, you know, sharing your journey with you. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye.